What's going on, Black family? It's your boy Big Big. Welcome back to My Black Universe. So, boom, I was recording this video and I had nothing recorded because I didn't turn on the microphone. I didn't do my standard mic check like I normally do. And so, boom, we finna run through what we were talking about. Black owned companies you can support, Watch Edition. SBGBK. I got this in gray. I'll probably get the black one with the gold accents on it, and I'll probably get the blue one, navy blue one with the gold accents on it. Tally and Twine. I got the black one. I got the black one with the rose face, with the gold accents. I got two of that canvas band watches, which they need to be cleaned. And the faces. Citizen Movement. Oh, and Tally and Twine, the brothers, the two black men that created it, were over in Switzerland. They took a picture. It was last year. They're over in Switzerland. That means a Swiss timepiece could be coming. Swiss movement could be coming. When it comes, I don't want to hear no, man, that's too expensive. A lot of you Negroes got Rolexes. Mm. And you pay full price. You spend 15 bands. They come over to watch and it's 2,500, 5,000 Swiss time movement and it look fly. I don't want to hear I don't hear You better buy one. These are quality. I got four. I got two canvas band joints and two metal band joints. Here's the clasp. So you ain't no bulky piece of metal like a traditional watch sitting back there for a nice stealth look. All right, like 17 watches, they got a traditional style clasp. This is black on as well. Traditional clasp with the big piece of metal right there. Now this company, the jury's out on if it's black on or not. I'll stare. It's a Jamaican man started this company. I don't know if he's white Jamaican, Asian Jamaican, or black Jamaican. But you know, that's the clasp on that as well. Yeah, I did a whole spiel on these watches, family, and I didn't have any audio going. All right, so let's start with the first video that I just literally stopped doing. I was like, I'm not even, my voice ain't being recorded. Lord have mercy.
Up here, this tree right here behind me is called the whipping tree. So Desmond, tell me what that means by calling it the whipping tree.
This is a tree that back in 1859, where the slave auction called the Weeping Times took place. So before the slaves were actually auctioned off, they used to tie them to the tree to basically conform them just before they are actually sold in the auction.
Folks, they used to tie them to this tree. And the tree is now behind a fence. But they would tie them to the tree and they would whip them to break them before they were sold off. One of the things about these historic places is that they hold the memory of our people. So I'm sitting here, and one thing Desmond said is that you don't want to come here at night because the trees are definitely talking. This is the place where they tied our people to break them before they sold them into slavery. I'm going to pull back a little so you can see how big this tree is. The weeping tree. And they would whip them here. There was a huge event that happened here, one of the largest slave auctions that happened. The last one happened, you said the Weeping Time?
It's called the Weeping Times, yes. And it's called the Weeping Times because they said that God cried for 3 days straight during that auction.
They said God cried for 3 days straight. It was one of the largest.
Interesting. It's a Jamaican brother. At least very Jamaican, more likely Jamaican, but at the very least from the islands, because in the islands they say tree. We say three, as you see our sister right here is spoken. But yeah, yeah, man, they did a number on our people. We have a justified claim, and like Martin said before they got him up out of here, we're coming for our check.
leaving America.
Good.
I'm done with it. These next 3 months are about to be the shakiest months in U.S. history.
Yep.
Hello, sir. I love China. I'm sure by now you have guessed which country I believe is the #1 best option if you're looking to move out of the West, out of the USA, out of the UK, any of these countries where the West is falling.
Yep. See, that's the difference between us and other people, man. Things get a little shaky. We figure it out, and we go harder. Other groups, things get shaky. Oh my gosh, run! And look what it says. This not me. I didn't put this here. Arab Uncut.
When choosing this country, I kept in mind that my viewers are from an international place. I have viewers from all across the world, and so I made sure that I kept that in mind so that this opportunity was open to all of you. So today I've teamed up with a company named OneLink that is going to streamline this entire process and make becoming a citizen of Dubai as simple as possible.
I love China. Now he's going to Dubai. I was trying to see if there was a cross or what that was, that piece at the end. I really couldn't see it from the angle he had it. Interesting. Yeah, but other groups, they flee. They're prone to fleeing. They wonder why we won't get on board with them or let them back in our circle underneath our wings. Y'all fleers. When the storms come, the rains come, they start beating down on us. You're like, oh my gosh, we gotta find out how to get out of here. Nah, we don't need that around us. Use our resources and give us nothing in return. So we're cool.
And I hate when people be like, you need to give another race a chance. I don't want to give them a chance. Okay? I want a black king, a black man, a nigga. That's it, that's all.
Amen. Y'all see that fine black sister right there? Yes, Lord. Black Brittany. Yes, ma'am.
Telling me that in China, a communist country, that I could go there and buy a home, like I paid the mortgage, and it is mine, for 70 years. That is my property. I don't ever have to worry about losing my job, getting sick, or just not even being able to pay the bills. It's mine. And then when that 70 years is up, all I have to do is renew the property tax for a small fee that's nowhere close to the amount that I would have to pay in America. Wow, what a concept. You're telling me that the only property tax that they pay on their vehicles is a small vessel tax that is attached to their insurance that they pay? What a concept. You're telling me that public spaces such as museums and zoos are free because it's a public space? What a concept. You're telling me that you can work a part-time job, and as long as you don't make over 5,000, whatever their currency is, that you won't be taxed on it? What a concept.
How many videos of Karens do we see? Frequently, to the point where we just, we kind of swipe past. We hear about it and we're like, y'all can't do that in China. They're stopping people, harassing them. Do you live here stuff? That ain't gonna fly in China. So all this, you huffing and puffing, you're not going over there. Because the moment you got a car, I want to speak to the manager. They gonna, boy, they gonna take you off somewhere where it really ain't no cameras except for the government ones. Have y'all heard about the Red Note app? You do anything that remotely sounds like, looks like, feels like it's against policy. Banned. You know what I mean? Negroes were banned immediately. First hour on the Red Note app, banned, gone, done. And that's you being on the internet in another country. You can't do that in China. You can't do that. All that being sassy and want to talk back and run over people, somebody taking care of their yard or whatever, however it goes. Because we really don't know because they don't really show that because it's a communist country. The government runs all. Man, you get the boy all this. Well, I want to park right here, boy. Don't let nobody get y'all messed up, family. Don't let nobody talk you into an ass whoop. We can have this, that, and another. You can because you can't do nothing else. You can't do nothing else. You can. The government say, "Hey, yeah, we want you to give us your firstborn." You can't say no. Well, you can. How it ends, I don't know. You'll both be surprised.
It's to me that more people don't realize this. Your driver's license won't be accepted at airports starting May. Instead, TSA will be requiring a real ID. So unless your driver's license already has a star, flag, or says enhanced, you're gonna have to apply. All you have to do is go to your state's DMV site to apply. For more travel tips and tricks.
I saw this and I was like, interesting. I was looking up a helmet size. I'm not moving forward. I'm not trapping. Mm. Mm. He's not lying. Mm-hmm. Beginning May 7th, 2025, every air traveler 18 years of age and older will need a real ID compliant driver's license, state issued enhanced driver's license or another acceptable form of ID to fly within the U.S. This is TSA.gov. That's their site, family. So it's real. I just had a 10-4 Kufa movement. This is being enforced by May. And all these planes will be quiet. Y'all thinking it too. Y'all thinking it too.
Hey, yo, black people, stop supporting people that conveniently use history in their favor and don't tell you the whole truth. Like, Mexicans love to say, if you came to Mexico, you were free. And the whole time, it was a black man freeing black people. It wasn't like just like a Mexican just being like doing shit out of the kindness of their heart. Matter of fact, speaking of kindness of their heart, they love to bring up how they was freeing niggas when they went to Mexico. But you're not giving me a courtesy by giving me a natural human right. Like, you're not doing me a favor. Like, nigga, if I put you in a chain and in a cage and I let you go, do I deserve a hug for it? Like, what the fuck?
I said in the last videos, we gotta feed the young folk. They are brazen. They are brash, crass, however you want to call it. They're, quote, uncouth, but they're real. They're authentic, and they gonna say the quiet thing out loud. And they not worried about any backlash. They're not worried about somebody, I'm gonna get you for, I'm gonna do, I'm just, like, fuck Ed. Your point? I'm still gonna talk my shit. So, feed the young folk.
Because guess what? We don't owe you anything. As a black woman, I don't owe you anything. I really want to know, where does this sense of entitlement come from? You heard me talking to black women about black women. And your concern is not being centered in a subject matter concerning black women. Where does this sense of entitlement come from? Where do you guys get off acting as if black women owe you anything? It's like you're not content or comfortable with us unless you're included, involved, or centered, unless you benefit from it somehow. When I said black women, I meant that. I was talking to black women about black women. I said black women. That was it. That's all. We don't owe you anything. Understand that. I am not obligated to advocate for mine and yours while you benefit from my culture and say nothing on our behalf, because that's what a lot of y'all do. Anyway, y'all got new music dropping in January. Super excited. For now, I need y'all to click the link in my bio. Make sure you are following me on Spotify. Y'all don't be fake. Follow me on Spotify now, okay? Go. The link is in my bio. I need everybody. Everybody. I know you got me. I love you so much. Gang!
She ain't wrong. Black women, especially older ones, older sisters, because y'all be wanting to be the mother for everyone. You ain't obligated to put nobody else in your business. You ain't obligated to protect. And when I say that, understand, I don't mean to be malicious. But if you only got enough room for your 4 grandbabies in your vehicle, you ain't got to pick up the other lady's kid from another group. But we'll figure out how to. Why do we think it's our job to always be inconvenienced for the sake of others? Like, why do we have to be inconvenienced? Why weren't they thinking ahead? For those of you who believe in the Bible, good stewardship, forward thinking, planning ahead, isn't that part of what you're supposed to be doing as a Christian? Isn't what you're supposed to be doing as an adult? Like, you're supposed to be thinking ahead and you're supposed to be planning ahead, making sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? We still moving. I'm doing this video. As soon as I do this video, I gotta go work back on the truck. Put the power steering pump on. The hose I took off the old one failed on me. Cool. Put the new one on. Do the oil change. And then keep trucking. We're gonna keep packing up and getting ready to get up out of here. Make the sacrifice. I want to spend time with the wife. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta make a sacrifice. That's a part of adulthood. It's not for me to have my fun and lay up, and then when it's time for business to happen, I gotta inconvenience somebody else. No. Quit letting other groups inconvenience us and feel like you have to. You don't.
White people in America are getting to a point in this country where they don't give a fuck about black people. And I'm not saying like they hate black people. It's more they're tired of the whining and crying, and we have to tiptoe around everything. Oh, we've got to. Oh, Blackie's gonna cry if we say these words. We can't do it. Bob, don't say that. Black man's gonna be mad. They're gonna get tired of that shit, and they are getting tired of it. And what I don't want to be is in America we just bounce back every 50 years to who can be the most racist in the country. I don't want to live in that America. Black people, so this means you start taking accountability for your actions and stop blaming white people for everything and stop pushing white people to the point where they're like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have freed the slaves.
They was. Y'all see it, look. We got roast the family. Oh, where is it? There it is. See, when it don't connect, there ain't nothing right here. And y'all know he don't mess with black women. You can look on his face. It's written all over his face. Got the Tom Selleck mustache. He probably follows Myron Gaines. Bad. Hey, they're gonna get tired of it. Black people, they always telling themselves. They always telling themselves in their speech, you need to take accountability for your actions. Tether Negro, please. Tether Negro, please. What mixed breed are you? Because I think you white and black somewhere from the islands or from Africa. Or maybe you from Africa and the islands. I don't know, but you mixed up, bro. Like,
Mad.
That look, that face, family. Those ears. He got Stevie J rat face, a Tom Selleck mustache, and a half-eaten beard. And then the hairline, the haircut, screams tether. He trying. I guarantee you, he got a pickup truck, F-250, lifted with the dualies. I guarantee you, he got one. Oh man, it's the jokes write themselves, family. This clown's a joke.
They're gonna get tired of that shit, and they are getting tired.
They don't care. They've never cared. And we're talking about the white supremacists. Those are the ones who he's talking about. He's trying to align himself. He's trying to dog whistle. That you'll be the one. This is the Negro that goes on a trip with them out to the woods, and he don't come back. And when he asks all his quote white friends that are tired of black people being offended, none of them know what happened. He'd be the only one to go out there without a gun, and the only one that don't come back.
And what I don't want to be is in America we just bounce back every 50 years to who can be the most racist in the country.
We can't be racist. We can name call, but we can't be racist. We have no power to systemically or systematically push anybody out of anything. Now, we are gatekeeping now. And we're guarding our culture. That's guarding our culture. It's not being racist. It's guarding our culture. Other cultures do the same thing. They have meetings that are just for them. They have events that are just for them. And that's cool. We're doing the same thing. Don't ever think that's being racist, black people. It's not.
I don't want to live in that America. Black people. So this means you start taking accountability for your actions and stop blaming white people for everything and stop pushing white people to the point where they're like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have freed the slaves.
Rat boy. Rat boy. Rat boy.
Free Congo, free Congo, free Congo. I need y'all to stop. Stop trying to appeal to the humanity of people who don't see you as human. If there's anything Africans should learn from transatlantic slavery, colonization, to present-day Africa, is that these imperialist forces have never seen us as human. We are commodities on their path to extreme wealth. We are not people. Take apartheid South Africa just 30 years ago. Apartheid didn't end because all of a sudden white extortive forces started to see us as human. No, it ended because the economic sanctions that were imposed on South Africa's economy crippled the white man's pocket. It became economically debilitating to run apartheid in South Africa. Hence their inclination to give black people their rights. Never because we are human, no, because it affected their money. And even then, when apartheid was revoked, everything else was given back except the wealth. So do y'all get where I'm coming from? If there's anything history has taught us is that we will only get change when we inflict economic retaliation. Organize boycotts to affect their pockets. Otherwise, you'll be seeing Free Congo till you die, oh. This has been going on since 1996. It's time we discuss a change of strategy.
Shout out to this young lady. That's what they supposed to be doing. This is what we want to see for more of the diaspora. Worried about what's going on in your homeland and actually talking about effective ways of change. Instead of all the damn fleeing. Now, I'm pretty sure she's fled. She don't have a strong accent at all, but I like to see that, at least that portion of it. Worry about what's going on in your homeland and how to get it popping. And how to get it hold on, did I saved it too. I saved it. Bear with me, family. Let me get it real quick. It was about the Netherlands giving back artifacts and things from the islands they stole. Not the islands, but the Netherlands gave back to. Hold on. This might be faster. back its artifacts. Yep, the Netherlands will return more than 100 bronze artifacts to Nigeria. The Netherlands will return 119 Benin bronzes to Nigeria nearly 130 years after the pieces were stolen by the British and sold to the Dutch. This is NPR. If you got anybody from anywhere over there, particularly Nigeria, talking about, oh, y'all divisive, Nigeria's popping, y'all just now getting your artifacts back after 130 years. In fact, this really doesn't even belong to Nigeria if you really think about it. Nigeria is only 60 something years old. So it belongs to what that was called before white folk named it Nigeria. Tell them to worry about their own self. So shout out to that sister for calling out her people. Say, hey, look, we got to do something different. The fleeing and fussing about it ain't working no more. Love it.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take no video. Put that phone away. No.
Don't take no video. Put that phone away.
Fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Oh my.
He ain't the only one recording. I would love to see his POV. Come on now, you.
Yo, I was just on this fucking plane. Oh my god. Yo, I was just on this fucking plane. Holy fuck.
Family. I'm pretty sure a lot more still driving more now. I see why Jason Black. One of the things he says, you don't get to see the land and what's going on and how the country is different from from where you live to other places. But this is another big reason to go ahead and just get on that road, man. I know it takes a little bit longer, a lot of bit longer sometimes. Depends on where you're going. However, you can kind of swerve and avoid an accident. For the most part, if you're cognizant of your weight, you can't do nothing if that mud fly just drop out the air. It's kind of hard to not everybody can land in a body of water or keep it under control to not smack the ground and blow up. I know flying is, they say, it's the safest, but man, I think I'm gonna stick to driving right now for a minute.
America, did you hear what happened? Did you hear how many Social Security recipients there were that was just discovered? You tell me how there are more Social Security recipients than there are humans in America. Did you hear me? Elon and the Department of Doge have gone into these records and found that there are more Social Security recipients than there are people in America. So what does that mean? That's fraud. They just uncovered a huge pile of fraud. Now, these fraudulent activities, who did it? Who oversees it? And who allowed this to happen to our tax dollars? How old is the system for president after president after president to not know that there are more Social Security recipients than there are humans in America? Something smells fishy. I'm out.
So family, all this time they was telling us, oh, we have no money for you. They weren't lying because they were giving the money to somebody else. Y'all hear about how there was a K Cup for the Keurigs. K Cup monthly expenditure was like hundreds of thousands of dollars for K Cups monthly in the Pentagon. All these billions of dollars they just randomly be up in the air. Just they don't. Oh, we don't know what happened to them. That's ours. That's why. That's the main reason they don't want to. They cause black folk just gonna spend it. And there's a cat who I got to do a video and then post it and tag him. I want to smoke with that brother. Just and I don't know. I don't know any viciousness. Just I hear what you're saying, but I know the place is coming from, and we just need to get that about you so you can just say the quiet thing out loud. That's what we need to do, family. Get people to say the quiet thing out loud. These jokers have been spending our reparations money. They've been spending money that is due to us, creating the cushy lifestyle that they're living now. It's not that we don't have it. It's not feasible. We don't know how. No. It is feasible. You just don't want to give up the lifestyle you've created for yourself through fraud. You have defrauded us as freedmen, American Negroes, FBA, Sulan, whatever you call you from freedmen. If your family comes from chattel slavery in America, you have been defrauded by everyone who's been participating and been recipients of this money that doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason to be spent. Over $100,000 on some damn coffee monthly? Quit playing with me, fam.
Why are all of these animals from Africa crawling into my comment section like roaches? You're swarming into my comment section. I don't even know what you're saying. Why are you even here? And why does it make you so angry that I'm telling you that we're not coming to Africa? Do y'all need us that bad? Y'all need what we have that bad that it makes you angry that I'm telling you that I want you to stay away from us? What is wrong with you people? So, we don't care if you don't come here. We don't need you. Oh, yes, you do need us. And you know why I know you need us? Because you people beg and borrow and bum your way to America just to come here and latch onto us like ticks. You latch onto us and steal our culture, trying to act like us and dress like us and talk like us because you don't.
Nah, he said, my sister, as far as I know, you don't have culture we can steal. The bubble coat is the dad hat. That's not your culture, Mr. Liberian man. Traditional Liberian garb for men. Now pull the picture up. Don't AI, don't play with me. Oh, oh. Oh man. Okay. Hey, what was that? This traditional Liberian country cloth is life. Him versus traditional garb. So yes, we do have a culture. We do have a culture. This is the audacity. This is the Afrodacity, family. To come here dressed like us. Because this is not your traditional garb, bro. This is what y'all rock. And what the sisters have on? Kente. Traditional garb is kente. That's your culture. But you don't like your culture. You actually hate it because as soon as you leave your homeland, you come here and you don our culture and cosplay. Like she was right. cosplay us. You cosplay us. You're a cosplayer. You're a tether.
Wrong with you people? So, oh, we don't care if you don't come here. We don't need you. Oh, yes, you do need us. And you know why I know you need us? Because you people beg and borrow and bum your way to America just to come here and latch onto us like ticks. You latch onto us and steal our culture, trying to act like us and dress like us and talk like us because you don't.
You have no culture that we can steal. Take your ass back to Liberia. Go back.
Every black artist or every black actor gets to a certain point, gets taken out. Whether it's Michael or Crosby or R. Kelly or Prince, they all either die under mysterious circumstances,
Nipsey,
or they become troubled and die of an overdose or some medication, or they get done for some sex crimes or whatever. I mean, in R. Kelly's case, every single one of those children were basically sold to him, allegedly sold to him by their parents. You know, and this is, you know, we'll talk. Yeah, maybe that's a conversation for another day. But you know, like, there's so much of that in the entertainment industry, but there are no prosecutions of white artists. There are no prosecutions of country artists. Nobody. Madonna's never got in trouble for her 16-year-old boyfriends.
Yeah, why haven't we got Eminem yet?
No, where's Eminem? Where's Eminem? Could it have anything to do with this?
The country stars you're thinking of.
Well, Eminem. Yeah, country star. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you after the show. No, I mean, Eminem woke up one day an angry lesbian, and with very left-wing politics. I wonder why that might have been. Who knows? Who can say? But it's only ever black artists who get their reputations absolutely ripped to shreds in public, get accused of the worst thing that a person can be accused of, right? And always when they get a little bit too big for their boots, a little bit too outspoken, a little bit too edgy, or a little bit too quote-unquote uncontrollable, when they won't take their meds, when they won't do as they're told, when they won't shut up about Israel, when they won't shut up about contracts, when they won't do as the establishment and as the architecture, the machinery of the industry wants them to do, suddenly they're guilty of underage sex with kids, people trafficking, all the rest of it. Well, I mean, maybe the truth is that the whole industry does it. Maybe the truth is that nobody does it, probably closer to the first one. But these selective prosecutions, I'm not a big, I'm not a big, like, civil rights, let's defend black people for the sake of it guy. I don't even really care for the music that much. I like Ye as a singular instance because he's an artist in a slightly different league and a different caliber than the rest of them. I don't really listen to the music from the rest of that genre, to be honest with you. But even I cannot deny that the prosecutions are targeted, selective, and gruesomely unfair in the way that they are played out in public, and the manner in which the juries are tainted and poisoned beforehand. But this guy's like on trial, and Netflix decides that. I mean, come on.
They murdered Michael Jackson.
100%.
And they murdered gave Prince fentanyl.
They murdered Michael Jackson after he started talking about Jews, and I'm not going to say that what he said about them was right or wrong or whatever, but it is a fact of history that first of all, they released the recordings of a phone call where he was complaining about Jews in some not very pleasant language, and I think he had a similar problem with Jewish people that sort of universalized to Jewish people in general, which.
Now he did a sleight of hand. White supremacy still plays both sides of the argument. He was trying to protect himself on one hand, like I'm with the cover music. I'm not a Negro lover. That's what he was saying on that bit. But everything else he said, was he lying? And that just lets you know they see this. They've been seeing this. So white folks just don't know. Stop, stupid. Stop. They've been knowing. They know. They know. You may be slow. They're not.
Were asked by white men to come to this country, which they had stolen and forced black people to build, because they were hoping that my ancestors would be the new cheap and disposable labor to undercut the recently freed black people that lazy white men didn't want to pay. And when my ancestors wouldn't do that, they were lynched and massacred, their towns were destroyed, they were blown up while building the railroads, and ultimately they were excluded from society and the country for nearly 60 years. Then when the United States asked us to come back in the 1960s because they wanted to put us in the way of black people again, and the United States needed to rehabilitate its reputation with Asian countries that were gaining in economic and political power. We had civil rights because of black people.
Let me play it again. Somebody went too fast. Somebody went too fast.
Were asked by white men to come to this country, which they had stolen and forced black people to build, because they were hoping that my ancestors would be the new cheap and disposable labor to undercut the recently freed black people that lazy white men didn't want to pay.
So when they say, oh, Asians built the railroads, no, Asians got put in after the fact to finish up what we started. That's proof that from an Asian woman's mouth, they came in after the fact. The idea that they were brought in as a buffer class, she's stating it right here, right now. And she's honestly a pariah in her own community because of what she says. She's pretty much persona non grata in her own community, in her own lineage, in her own ethnic group. She's pretty much persona non grata in her own ethnic group because she talks like this.
And when my ancestors wouldn't do that, they were lynched and massacred, their towns were destroyed, they were blown up while building the railroads, and ultimately they were excluded from society and the country for nearly 60 years. Then when the United States asked us to come back in the 1960s because they wanted to put us in the way of black people again, and the United States needed to rehabilitate its reputation.
Because they wanted to put us in the way of black people again. Didn't work out the first time. Let's try it again. 60 years later, let's spin the block. Somebody play this for Diane Yap. And don't worry, Diane Yap, she knows this. Quit thinking people don't know the bullshit that they do to us, the bullshit that this country has done to us to help benefit them and undermine and undercut us. All right? Stop. There's too many Negroes that want to, maybe they just don't, you want some interracial cooch, bro. You want some interracial sex, just say it, bro. I just want to see what you feel like. All right, go, you'll take you stood behind over there. Hopefully on the end like them two young brothers that was in Tulsa trying to date that Latina girl, getting gunned down because you wanted just a little smidgen of interracial sex. All right. Let me know how that works out.
With Asian countries that were gaining in economic and political power, we had civil rights because of black people.
Because of us. Other groups know this. The ones that get in there start lying, like the Giancarlos and everything like that, that get into these spaces and on TikTok and they come in there. Well, we didn't know they lying. They know they're lying. They know they're lying. What they're trying to do is they're trying to earn their stripes in the political spheres. Hey, I can lie well enough to get the Negroes to listen to me, so they can move up and they can be the front runner for whatever position they can get into, so they can benefit their group. Don't disillusion yourself. All right, and if you're a disillusioned black person, go and comment below and say, man, I don't believe you, so I know who you are. So when it pops off, I'm not around you because you too stupid. You're gonna get us both killed. I can't be around you. You're too dumb for me.
Me and my family are officially in London, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning, so the first thing we have is breakfast. I got it. Let's try it. Rated 1 through 10. We didn't spend anything because this is from the hotel. On top of being here for the food tour, we actually got invited by Netflix to come and watch behind the scenes of Bridgerton. So the first couple of days isn't technically food tour, but I'm gonna try and sneak in just what we eat. So under here is a full English breakfast. At first glance, to me, it looks like a normal breakfast, but the longer you look at it, the more things that I don't recognize start becoming apparent. So we got eggs, hash brown, sausage, a mushroom, bacon, beans, tomatoes, and black pudding or blood sausage. Then we got a bakery basket, Danish croissant, toast, orange juice, whole grain mustard, brown sauce, mayonnaise, and another brown sauce. Start with the eggs. It's like a soft scrambled egg. I love a soft scrambled egg. It's salted well. It's an egg. It's cooked very well in my opinion too. 6 out of 10. Hash brown. Very reminiscent to McDonald's hash brown, even though it's a lot greasier and a lot less salty. 4 out of 10. It is very crispy and there's a lot of potato on the inside, but it's very greasy. Bacon. It's very thick cut, hickory smoked. What do you rate bacon? 7 out of 10. It's bacon. Now just those 3 items I can eat, and it don't feel like I'm not at home. But this is where it start getting different. I'm not gonna eat the beans just by themselves because it's just beans. I'm gonna put the beans on the toast. Beans on toast. The bread is definitely stale. The tomatoes kind of taste like they were based in ketchup, and a very like sweet ketchup too. It's very mushy. In my opinion, there's no flavor other than like I said, a sweet ketchup. No salt, no seasoning. In my opinion, this is extremely low. 1 out of 10. A mushroom, and as a mushroom lover, I'm not really sure if this is what it's supposed to look like, or I'm just not familiar with type of mushroom this is. I normally wouldn't just bite into a mushroom by itself, so just to give a fair shake, I'm gonna eat it like with some combinations of other things. Some eggs, a little bite of hash brown, a little bacon. Just to be fair, this is what I would do at home, not a mushroom. It's just a mushroom. It don't feel like they did anything to it. It's just a mushroom. I'm not gonna rate it. Sausage. It tastes like a pork sausage. It don't really taste like anything but pork to me. I was expecting like sage or some kind of herb because there are like speckles of herbs in here. But to me, I don't really taste anything but just pork. And I'm not a huge fan. 4 out of 10. Last but not least, the black pudding or blood sausage. According to Google, this typically contains blood, fat, cereal, and seasonings. I'm gonna go completely non-biased, and I know this is something different. This is something new. I'm gonna just try it. Open-minded. Immediately tastes like blood. It tastes like iron. I've had liver and things that taste like iron, so it wasn't the iron taste that kind of threw me off. The chunks of other things is extremely unsettling for me. I fully understand that's a thing that people enjoy, and it's an acquired taste, or it could be an acquired taste. I haven't acquired that taste.
It reminds me of Bernie Mac, Old House Party 3. Where? Was it House Party 3? No, no, it was another movie. But on House Party 3, when the granny was cooking, she's like, uh, why this food so black? It's not burnt, it's Cajun. Well, I'm Caucasian. I think that's what she's saying. Well, it's an acquired taste. Well, I but I ain't quiet. Oh man. When anybody try to clown us for our food family, you just go look at them cooking, right? Oh man.
By any means. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like this is kind of the equivalent to chitlins. Like how some people in some cultures really enjoy chitlins, and you can go to somebody's house in the South and they're gonna tear some chitlins up. But not everybody in America eat chitlins. I feel like this could be that. I feel like not everybody in England might eat that, but the people who do eat it really enjoy it. But for me, it's a 0 out of 10. I'm not gonna let this be my first impression of English food because again, it's hotel food. I'm still extremely optimistic of what this food tour holds, and I can't wait. God bless you. Have an amazing
day. Making homemade British steak, beans, and chips the Kate's way for my tired husband Andrew after 15-hour shift. I feel like that's what you feed prisoners. Like, that's what you feed prisoners, man. Why somebody in the comments, somebody else was cooking some British food, and they was talking about, "Hey fam, why you out here eating war rations?" That's it. War rations. Family, look at this, man. And this lady, I've been on her page, man, cooking. Look how much salt. I don't even know if that's salt or not. I think that's salt. And I don't know if that's garlic or what, but for family, she trying to kill that man. Oh, she trying to kill that man.
I told people to stop crying about shit that happened 400, 500, 600 years ago, and the motherfucker commented, "Well, why do black people still cry about slavery?" I mean, nigga, lynching was abolished in 2022. That's a direct act from slavery. You could go find people that were lynched in America in the 21st century. So your little correlation, like, oh, let go of the past, nigga, that shit was yesterday.
For the second time. A touchline again here. Something else, I think, said on the sidelines, so this time it's a red.
We don't accept you. We don't accept you. We don't want you. You are racist. You are racist. We don't want you. You have to show him also red card. Okay?
You have to show him also red card. I'm gonna let it play. We're gonna go back over it.
Listen to me. Why when you mention a black guy, you have to say this black guy?
What is this? You have to respect each other. Respect.
Making apologies. If you're picking up the Bashakshahir players are potentially going to refuse to continue, and they are, leaving the field of play.
Let's look at it again, fam. Let's break it down. I'll grab this clip. I want to show you how powerful we are and how everyone looks up to us. We're big brother. We're the big brother. We're the big sister. All right?
For only the second time. A touchline again here. Something else, I think, said on the sideline.
Boom. Hands ready. He ready to go. He really, he done swole up on Buddy. 5-10 years ago, we would see clips of these 6'2", 6'3", 230-pound footballers, African, lean cut, crying because they tell them, no, don't do nothing. When these little bitty pale, pasty white dudes, white European dudes, wherever they came, I don't care if it's Italy, Portugal, whatever, calling them monkeys and this and another, and they're just eating it. Just eating it. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember they because they having to hold it all in. No, don't do it because you don't want to mess up your money. You don't want to. This is because we stayed on our square. We stood on business. And people hear us when we say, y'all are the majority. Are y'all scared? We're the minority. We are the least amount of people compared to white folk in Americans, and we get buck. Y'all have the numbers. And y'all just taking that? Get buck. Get buck. This is, mind you, this is the UK.
So this time it's a red.
Why you say that? Why you say the N-word? He's a boom. We can't play with this guy right here. We not doing this. That's codification. That's getting on code. They got melanin. And we can't play with the dude right here, the dude that said the N-word. We can't play with him. Nah.
We don't accept you. We don't accept.
And when you get someone with pale skin to openly, verbally say, we don't accept you. We stood on our square. We took the lumps, the bumps, the bruises. We took all that. The being backstabbed, to being undermine all these things that happened to us, and because our knees may have buckled a little bit, but we got back up with these hands ready, still bobbing, weaving, still throwing the hooks, still slipping the jab, throwing overhead, hitting them with the uppies. We may get caught, we may get jumped, but we still got the hands up, and we still beating and breaking everybody down. Because we have done that, other groups are feeling more emboldened. They're feeling more comfortable saying, no, that's not right. That's not right. You out of pocket, and I'm cool on you. Nah, I ain't trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it. You didn't get this 10 something years ago. This was not happening 10 years ago overseas at all. We don't want you, you're racist. You didn't get nobody saying that 10 years ago. Understand how goddamn powerful you are. You were not getting this 10 years ago overseas. They would mistreat the black players. Oh, thank you for winning, monkey. Nigger. Oh, you win the game with a shot. You jump midair, stop time, kick the ball, it drops, it goes underneath the goalie. Go! You're still a monkey though. Thank you for winning. And they had to eat that. They're not doing it no more. That's because of us. We stood on the square. Nobody was standing on the square over there. Trying to get them to be fair, because he didn't want to do it. You have to show him also red card. Red card means ejection. From my understanding, let's look it up. I used to play soccer a long time ago. No, does being in soccer. Red card is a penalty that means a player is immediately removed from the game for breaking the rules. Yep. Ejection. Yep, I was right. It's been a minute. I know you see the stomach. I used to be able to run. Shut up. Shut up. Because y'all roasted me. You roasted me with your eyes. I know you are. But he said it.
Listen to me. Why when you mention a black guy, you have to say this black guy?
You see how look at him? That look is that he really want to get down on the family. I love it. Vic, you advocate for violence. No, I'm advocating for people understanding that you will treat us as black people with a certain amount of respect. We don't go to nobody being crazy like that. Unmasked as a group, we don't overstep. We try to give everybody a space, be respectful, and move accordingly. We hi, how you doing? Be cool, be cordial at the least. And some people, oh, you meek, so that means you weak. FAFO, we'll both be surprised. We're not the type of people. We just, hey, look, we trying to, black folk, we want to make our money, do some cool ish, kick it with our peoples, and raise our kids. All right. That's at the very minimum. We want to make our money, do something cool. I don't care if it's buy a motorcycle and ride it, jump out a plane, which you may have to do anyway, the way things is now anyway. Go overseas and see. I got a cousin in Spain right now. She's in Spain doing it big. Shout out to my cousin Laura. You might want to learn how to drift. You may want to learn how to use fire. You want to do something cool, like something outside of the norm. It's like, yeah, I did that. That's a memory. I just wasn't alive every day, clocking in, clocking out, and going to bed. I got out there and I lived life. I got this one life. Let me go do something cool. We want to do that. Kick it with our peeps. Now, whether it's the homies, your cousins, your brothers and them, sisters and them, aunties, uncles, family unions. Eat some good barbecue. And then raise our kids, man. So they can be, hey, a piece of me is finna live on. That's it. All that extra. hey, bro, I don't know what's going on, man, but hey, have a good day. Okay. I'm gonna dip. What you think you? Bing, 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 bing. Cause you overstepped. You disrespected. We don't want to go there. We chill. Hey man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I have enough. Having this on me is enough. Riding past the cops. My paperwork straight. Okay, yeah, I can get my paperwork straight. I'm good. They hit that Yui. God damn. Give my wallet right here. They finna pull me over. Pull me over. What you gonna pull me over for? Paperwork straight. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You gonna pull me over? They follow you for a quarter mile to a half mile, and they decide to pull off. Okay. All right. We got enough going on. Wearing this. All that extra, that's not us. We've never been the type of people that try to paint us like we're naturally violent, like we're naturally trying to, bang on something, put hands on. No. No, in any place you see like that, that place has been conformed to be like that. It's perpetuated. It's perpetuated.
What is this? You have to respect each other.
We have to respect each other. Shout out to them.
Apologies. If you're picking up
This is not football. This is not. That's not sportsmanlike conduct. And I love this. They walked off the field. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you.
Actually going to refuse to continue, and they are, leaving the field of play.
I love it. I love that.
And ain't nobody ever been put on this earth that everybody liked. They done killed Martin Luther King, and the only thing he kept singing was "We shall overcome in love and peace." Killed him, wiped him out. Killed Malcolm, and some cat hired 3 black cats to wipe out the man who was the martyr of our time. And when they killed him, he had half a church full of people. It wasn't like it was packed and jammed. And he says it himself, if you read his works, that there's a whole bunch of that don't like me. Black folks like me, but not the which is true. And 3 knocked him off, paid by the white establishment. That's my feeling.
Hey man, say man, why are so many black people complaining about DEI hires being rolled back? Nigga, only 2.8% of black people were benefiting from that anyway. It's like niggas be wanting to complain about shit just because they see other people complaining about it. Like nigga, almost 90% of DEI hires were white women. What are we doing?
That was the tethers, young man. Just so you know, that was a tether. That wasn't foundational Black Americans. Most of us know better. Now our older FBA sisters and brothers who don't know no better, they the kind of old church crowd, they getting hoopla. Oh my God, that means the black we can't get no. Yeah, we all right. GG, we okay. we all right.
Parents should be held accountable for that little boy that got killed. You know why? After school, them jits who got on hoodies and they come around your house and they got on sweaters and it's 90 degrees in Miami, and you don't ask these kids, hey, bro, why the fuck you got on a sweater? Why is you standing in front of my house? But it's 4 or 5 of these jits in front of your house and your son hang with them. You don't tell them, hey, bro, lift up your shirt. I'm going to act like a police officer. Lift up your shirt. Hey, bro, you got a gun? Get from over here. Mm-hmm. Hey, bro, what you doing? Get from over here. Matter of fact, hey, my son, you can't even hang around these niggas. They can't even come to my house from this day forward. They not trying to prevent the situation. Instead, they let these niggas do what they want, and then your son get locked up or get killed, and then now you want to post pictures. He's a good boy. He was great. He never got in trouble. Yo, you lying, bitch. That's what it is. Your son was a killer. Live by the gun, die by the gun. They been said that. Karma is a bitch, and karma pick and choose who the fuck they want. And they chose your son because your son was a nasty nigga. And that's just what it is.
I can agree to a point. Parents, you got a feeling, you got an inclination that your kids ain't. My boys try to sneak the games every night. I do random pop-ups because see they had the door closed just enough, and it's quiet. Even when I'm doing videos for you guys, I finish the video. I'll be watching some content. I'll be trying to figure some stuff out, get some things popping. I'll just get up and I'll just pop them. Hey sons, hey, how you doing? They be trying to cover the game up. Y'all know because you were kids. You know you ain't doing something right. You know, like they too quiet. What they doing? Another thing is for the parents, for anybody saying, well, these mothers, they got a hard day by themselves. Your body, your choice. Why you laying down with dudes that ain't doing nothing? If he have time to lay up with you all day, then he is an ain't nigga. He ain't making no money. You constantly spending on him, help him upkeep his life, and then he go from you when you can't do it to another woman. You saw him do it to other females. Sisters, that's why you got brothers and uncles and cousins. Like, hey, that nigga ain't move around him. But he's so cute, he's so fine, he's 6 foot, he this, that, and other. And you got 2 or 3 other women that can't stand him. The first chance they get, they're gonna try to run him over because he's useless. Same thing for the young man. When you mess with this chick, she's trying to get you to crash out. She's always in the dude's face to see what you're gonna do. If you love me, you would do. She a crash out. All right, she's an active crash out. She trying to get you locked up. Best case scenario, you go to the grave. Big how's that going to the grave? Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you get back-to-back life. How's that worst case? Because you are actively around to see all your family grow up without you. How you gonna have a connection with somebody that's locked up in a cage for 23 hours a day? Eventually, in the generations, the people gonna forget you. How can you forget you? The worst is gonna remember you the most is your mama, because you was a part of her for 9 months. Your brothers and sisters out, and then your niece and nephew. They don't know you. They can't know you. You are in prison. Them few minutes on the phone, even they come visit you, that's the few minutes on the phone or a few minutes out there with it for visitation. That's the few minutes that you can do that. That's no relationship. Stay away from these crash outs, these dudes that'll put a baby in you because he sees you got potential. He ain't going nowhere. He peaked in high school. That's a crash out. Young men, young women, avoid these crash outs. Oh, you gonna do what you do, cool. That's what they make condoms for. Protect yourself. All right? People have projected diseases, putting kids in people, have babies by dudes, but saying they have babies and they saying it's another dudes, and it's just too much confusion, man. Just hey, look, stay in your square, get your education, start your business, build yourself up, become the best version of you. Then, once you do that, then make yourself available to the dating scene, because now you know what you want out of you, what you expect out of yourself, and you can have expectations for the other person other than sex.
Do y'all remember when Dr. Umar said that sugar and cocaine has the same chemical makeup, has the same chemical structure? I'm going to just give y'all a couple of images and we going to make this make sense. Alright, so this is sugar, aka sucralose, right? Which is fake artificial sugar, which is in pretty much any products over here in the United States. So it's made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen molecules, right? So cocaine is made up of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen, right? So if you literally add and subtract certain things, you can literally get sugar. Now, let's look at the chemical formula for melanin. It's literally cocaine is made of the same chemical molecules as melanin. It's just different numbers and stuff. So again, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. If you add and subtract certain stuff, you're gonna get cocaine. And that is why it is extremely addictive. That is why sugar and cocaine is extremely addictive to melanated people. We get more addicted than anybody else because one chemical property of melanin is that it binds with anything that has a similar chemical makeup as it. So cocaine and sugar has the same, damn near the same chemical formula as melanin, so it binds to those things. So literally, sugar is a drug. Y'all over here talking about how y'all kids got ADHD and y'all go to the doctor, they get them Adderall, baby. They're on drugs. They're on sugar. Stop giving them sugar, bro. Especially if you are a melanated child, stop giving them that sugar. If you're gonna give them sugar, give them some sugar from a natural fruit, okay? So yeah, the more you know.
I'm not gonna say she's wrong. I will say that's a bit of an oversimplification. Um, but it makes sense. It does make sense. One thing I hate seeing is when it's a baby, a newborn, and they barely got their little teeth, barely got it, and somebody wants to feed their baby a piece of meat immediately. And if you notice that meat, their eye, they, because their bodies are pure, they haven't had anything of that nature just yet, and so it's like they want to eat the piece of meat. And if you notice, they do the same thing with sugar. When they get sugar, if you notice, the baby's pupils dilate. Go look at these videos. First time having a lollipop or a popsicle, and the baby gets it, and they're like, give it to me again, give it to me again. It makes sense, and I think we set our children up for failure and to be diabetic and things of these nature. And then I look at it on the other side. When crack cocaine, let's look at the chemical formula for that. That's all I'm looking for, family. Yeah, forgive me. Let's go back to same thing. So hydrogen 21, nitrogen. Okay, so crack cocaine. Well, it's cocaine, but they crack cocaine. So when cocaine was brought and it was concentrated, this is a concentrate. Remember, cocaine comes for the cocaine leaf. So there's actually a medicinal benefit to this when it's not concentrated. Cocaine is a tropane alkaloid that acts as a central nervous system stimulant. Say that 5 times fast. As an extract, it is mainly used recreationally and often legally for its euphoric and rewarding effects, i.e., as an extract. It comes from a plant. Addiction liability high. Bioavailability by mouth, insufflated nasal spray. Physical liability is low. Psychological is high. There was a British reporter, not a British reporter, but somebody, I don't know if it was not James May, but Jeremy from formerly of Top Gear. They were over there, they were down there in Colombia, and the lady, she took a cocaine leaf, she put it underneath her tongue for a burst of energy. Which will make sense because it's a plant. You're not getting this concentrated mess put into a powder to ingest via your nose or put as a rock where you heat it up and you smoke it. You know, everything in moderation. That's a moderate. A one leaf is moderate, but they take a whole plant, take it, extract the chemicals and break it down and put it into this powder form, and then turn it into a rock form. And then you see why so many black folk get hooked on it to the point where they just the rest of their life they're chasing their first high. They're willing to. They just stole VCRs from family members. Just back when VCRs were a thing. If you're young, you don't know what a VCR is. Go look it up. They're still in VCRs and laser disc players. Yeah, I'm telling them myself. I'm telling my age. Your tape deck before they became CD players. You know, and then detachable CD faces because that was kind of a newer thing. So I can see how it could sweep our communities by storm. I can see the dominant society, the white supremacists, learning about this, testing it on melanated rats. You know, rats that have black fur, testing on them versus the rats that are have white fur, and seeing how they react, and then saying, okay, well, we got what we need. We got the evidence we need. We got the research. Let's flood these communities. And so I'm not discounting the system. You know, it would take a little bit more research myself. That way, it can be broken down as proper in the proper way, so it could be unrefuted. But it would make sense. It just honestly would make sense. As why when cocaine hit our neighborhoods and put in the form of crack, it damn near wiped us out because it was so addicting because of its chemical nature and how it bonds with the melanin, which also makes the argument, and then not to be joking, but you know, we say it's hard to kill a crackhead. Well, I guess on crack rock they would have superpowers, huh? Anyway, B1 family, love you all. Thank you for your support. And if you're looking at this, what's in the background right here, Miss Jasmine Crockett, we gotta examine her and see what's going on with this woman. Cause 2 + 2 is equal to 7, and that don't make sense to me. Thank you for all your love and support. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And until next time, peace and black empowerment.
leaving America. I'm done with it. These next 3 months are about to be the shakiest.
I am not even recording. I'm not recording. I'm not recording. I'm not even. I don't have any volume. Oh, I was just running my mouth.